Listen, following football costs enough money already, so don't let your mobile bill mug you off. Rocket Mobile gives you unlimited everything for £16 a month. No nonsense. Powered by Vodafone and Free, plus exclusive content and prizes when you switch on over. Scan the QR code or click the link and put that cash back into football. AFTV Lee, we're down here at Stamford Bridge. The game has just finished. Chelsea won, Arsenal won. But I can sense you're very disappointed. The fact that, they were down to 10 men and we didn't really take advantage of it. As a matter of fact, they deserved a point, didn't they?
100%, giving them the credit they deserved. They battled well. They got the point. They done the dark arts, which you expect them to do. I don't know what we're complaining about that, because we was making foul after foul unnecessarily. I thought the way we went about it with 10 men was so disappointing. So disappointing, and it's put a little bit of a dent into the week, the way we was playing, because at the end of the day you cannot play like that and expect to get a result like, you know what I mean? So, and we got listen, they're a good side, but they've gone down to 10 men, and you punish teams like that, you punish them, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. And we didn't.
Yeah, we didn't. Why do you think it is that we didn't punish them? Because
mentality. I think, I'm worried about the mentality of the team, a good team that wins things, has won titles and that, brushes that aside, Rob, and gets onto it. We got involved with them. We didn't play our normal game. Our passing was awful. I don't know one player that played well today. Marino maybe, but he didn't have a great first half. Declan Rice. Listen, I know we've got our two centre halves out, and we looked a little bit shaky with them as a partnership. We knew that, but at the end of it, I felt that you can't concede, Rob, with 10 men, a free kick and then a corner. I don't know whether it was a free kick, but you got down to 10 men and you give them something to bite onto. Then we get back into the game and you think, right, let's control it from that. We never did. We never ever controlled that game. I watched us control a game of football for 45 minutes against Bayern Munich, and I see us today not control any sort of the game in any shape or form against 10 men, and they're nowhere near at the level of Bayern Munich.
Yeah, it was very disappointing. Listen, let's focus on what you're just saying there. When we arrived at the game, we're all thinking, right, which one of them, the two, out of Nkapie and Mosquera is going to play. We find out they're both in. They're both in because of injuries. To an injury to Saliba, we already knew Gabriel was out. So all of a sudden, not the same two centre halves at the back. It wasn't that they were terrible or shocking or anything, but we seemed to lack something without at least one of them in there.
Yeah, well, listen, that happens, Injuries are part and parcel of football, and you have to get on with it. I'm going to say this now, it's continually keep happening. Another injury in training, I don't know how long he's going to be out for, but that is this about getting injured in training has got to stop. I don't know what's going on. We had Havertz injured in training, out for 5-6 months last season. Keep making these injuries, keep doing it and all that, and it will take its toll. I don't care about injuries today. That has got nothing to do with injuries. That performance got nothing to do with.
I'm saying does that not mess with the balance when you've kind of got? You normally have at least one of them two. So Saliba or Gabriel in there.
I get that.
It didn't quite look the same. I mean, when was the last time we even conceded from a corner like that?
Rob, it was okay at 11 men. It was okay. I didn't think they was causing us too many problems. Did they cause us too many problems?
No.
It's when we went down to 10 men. We didn't do what we was meant to do. We got edgy. I don't know why. The substitutions come. Odegaard I thought done okay, But getting involved, they're down to 10 men. They're going to play the dark arts, and we're giving away silly bookings. Miles Lewis-Skelly comes on within 10 seconds. What is he come on for? Why have you took Calafiori off, right? You've took him off because he's on a booking, right? And Miles Lewis-Skelly gets booked after 20 seconds. You know what I mean? It's the man management of our football team today was shocking. Forget about the manager, it's got nothing to do with him. I'm talking about the in-game play of our players today was terrible. Terrible. I'm sorry, you've got to say how it is. That's the worst performance for a very, very long while. If people are going to say that they're jaded and all that, 10 men. You go in at half time, you set up 10 men, first thing you do is you give away a silly free kick, right? Which I'm pretty sure the manager's saying don't give away no free kicks and corners. That leads to
was it a free kick?
I didn't think it was, but we'll have to wait and see. Then Raya comes out when he probably shouldn't have. Then he has to make a save from it, like, you know what I mean? Like, all round today, wrong decision, wrong pass, wrong this, wrong that. Everything about it today just wasn't good enough. And at the end of the day, that's 3 times I've come here now, and 3 times we haven't played well, Rob. All right, we haven't lost. But today, that was a chance to win a game of football against one of your one of the teams that are with you, one of your real rivals. They've gone down to 10 men, and we just, well, dare I say it, we bottled it. We bottled it today, like, you know what I mean? I have to say that, like, you know what I mean? Like, no one took that game by the scruff of the neck. No one turned around and said, right, this is what we do and whatever, like. And I'll tell you what, that's the most open we've been in all season. Now, you know what I mean? Like, you can say that's the centre halves or attack, but we just kept giving the ball away. You know what I mean? Like, there's certain players today that were just not on their game.
Yeah, not on their game, but, you know, luckily it weren't worse. Is a point out of the game. Do you look at it and say, you know, it's 2 points dropped, but you've got to take the...
I'll take it as a point, but that is 2 points wasted.
Yeah.
2 points dropped today. We'll take the point and move on. We ain't lost. And it keeps us 5 points in front of Man City and 6 points in front of these. So, you know, I mean, that's the plus side of it. Like, listen, those Chelsea fans, they're obviously happy with a point. Yeah, of course. Like, I mean, this is what I'm saying. Like, you know what I mean? We had the opportunity today to shut them right up. You know what I mean? And like, at the end of the day, listen, and quite rightly, they should be jubilant that they've got a point against 10 men. You know, we would be, wouldn't we? Like, you know, you've got sometimes, Rob, in a game you have to ram it home, and we had the opportunity today to ram it home. There was 2 points dropped today instead of 1 gained. You know what I mean? Like, at the beginning of the game, with the 2 centre halves missing and all that, you'd probably say, you know what I mean, take a point. They're not a great side, they're a good side, but you know what I mean. But listen. And listen, I'm not going to go on too much about how piss poor the referee is and everything like that. 4 minutes he gave there.
I couldn't believe that. I couldn't believe that.
4 minutes. I'll tell you what, when we've gone down to 10 minutes, 8 or 9. You know what I mean? Like, and if anybody can tell me that was 4 minutes today, then fair enough. Like, and listen, this is the standard of refereeing that we've got. He's going around giving yellow card, right? The sending off he don't even give. Pathetic referee. And how many more times a referee's going to spoil these games? He spoiled that game today, like, you know what I mean? Like, let's be honest, I don't know how Chelsea feel about it as well, but there was like too many easy yellow cards. And at the end of the day, 4 minutes at the end of it, like, you know, when their goalkeeper's been down for 3. You know what I mean? Like, you know, so. But there you go, like, that's.
We take it, Brentford during the week. Do you rotate for that?
Yeah, I thought we looked a bit jaded today, if I'll be honest, you know what I mean? A couple of the players looks jaded, but listen, you know, you got listen. That's 2 draws. That's 4 points dropped in 3 games now. You know what I mean? Draw at Sunderland, draw away, ain't 1 away from home in 2 now. So you got to get it right at home. You got to get it right at home against Brentford now, win there, and then I'm going to say this now: a much more difficult game away to Aston Villa. They're flying at the moment, like, you know. And at the end of it, like, you know, as you said, this team here. Have been getting players sent off regular, like, so they've learnt their lesson, like, you know, and known how to play with 10 men now, like, you know. So look, I'm disappointed by that. I'm disappointed in the way we played today, Rob. I felt at the end of the day, you know, they've gone down to 10 men, then let's play, let's do it properly, like, you know, and we didn't.
Nice one.